Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. The Americans with Disabilities Act is the newest federal disability law. The Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, or ADA is the short title, of United States public law, signed into law on July 26, 1990, by President George H.W. Bush. The ADA is a wide-ranging civil rights law that prohibits under certain circumstances discrimination on the basis of disability. Its purpose is to protect people with disabilities from discrimination in employment, Title I, in the programs and activities offered by state and local governments, Title II, and in accessing the goods and services offered in places like stores, hotels, restaurants, football stadiums, doctors' offices, beauty parlors, and so on, Title III. The focus of this course is Title II and Title III of the ADA, because these titles guide design and construction. Specifically, this course focuses on the Accessible Routes section of the 2010 ADA Standards for Accessible Design, which outlines the ADA requirements for accessible movement throughout a site. Definition of a disability under the ADA. The definition of the term disability under the ADA is tailored to the purpose of eliminating discrimination prohibited by the ADA. Therefore, the definition of a disability under the ADA may differ from the definition of disability in other laws drafted for other purposes. For example, the definition of a disabled veteran is not the same as the definition of an individual with a disability under the ADA. Statutory definition. With respect to an individual, the term disability means a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more of the major life activities of the individual. A record of such an impairment, or being regarded as having such an impairment. 42 U.S.C. Section 121022. See also 29 CFR Section 1630.2 G. A person must meet the requirements of at least one of these three criteria to be an individual with a disability under the Act. An individual with a disability is a person who has a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits a major life activity. Major life activities include the following: seeing, hearing, walking, breathing, performing manual tasks, caring for one's self, learning, speaking, and working. Fast fact. Examples of physical or mental impairments: orthopedic impairments, speech impairments, cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, cancer, diabetes, emotional illness, HIV disease, drug addiction, visual impairments, hearing impairments, epilepsy, multiple sclerosis, heart disease, mental retardation, specific learning disabilities, tuberculosis, alcoholism. There are several federal laws that require disability consideration in the design and construction, including Title II and Title III of the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, Architectural Barriers Act of 1968, Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, and Fair Housing Act, Title VIII of the Civil Rights Act of 1968. The focus of this course is the 2010 ADA Standards for Accessible Design as per Title II and Title III of the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990.